America's Fleet Week, direct from New York. Sponsored by HII. Built in America, for America.
From Pier 88 and the flight deck of USS New York, this is America's Fleet Week, coming to you direct from New York.
From across the United States to Japan, Germany, Italy, Guam, and all of our ships at sea, anywhere in the world, wherever our troops are stationed. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to America's Fleet Week, direct from New York. I'm Lieutenant Johnson, here with a panel that represents those who wear the cloth of our nation. From the Marine Corps, we have Corporal Meza. Corporal, thanks for joining us today.
Good morning, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, it was supposed to be a little sunnier today. I'm getting this wind is picking me up. My cover's blowing all over the place, but I'm having fun.
Yes, we are.
Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to since you've been in New York.
We're here at Fleet Week, so we went down to the 9/11 Memorial, and then we're going to the Empire State Building tonight to have a little overlook of the city.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to get those iconic spots. And from the Coast Guard, Petty Officer Kazmarek. Petty Officer, how are you doing today?
Another great day, day 4 of Fleet Week.
Yeah.
We were practicing, and I said the weather was nice, but I can't say that one right now. But.
Yeah, you and I have been up here all week long, and we were thinking we were going to get some sunshine today. We didn't. You've got a little bit of a different relationship with the city. You're not just coming in for the week. You've been here for a little bit. Is there anything that you love to do? He talked about Empire State Building or One World Trade. Like, what do you like to do while you're here?
You know what? The sights you can't beat, but honestly, best thing to do is eat. The food here is world-renowned. We got Hell's Kitchen right outside our doorstep. It's probably my favorite thing to do.
Yeah,
so.
Can't beat the food. And they just renamed the galley on board USS New York Hell's Kitchen.
Amazing.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Hide that connection, man.
Yeah, it is so true. And then our senior ranking guest, Admiral Hakeem today. Admiral, thank you so much for joining us, sir.
I am so thrilled to be here, AJ. 37th time we've done Fleet Week New York.
Oh, yeah.
Happen to be on board USS New York in the city, probably one of the most patriotic cities in the country. They always roll out to take care of the Navy and Marine Corps.
That's so true. That's so true. There is never a better opportunity than to bring on the namesake for Fleet Week New York. So that's great. Well, sir, thank you so much. We're excited to have you here with us today. All right, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right. Well, all week long, we've been coming to you from aboard the USS New York, most appropriately docked here pierside in New York City. I mean, gentlemen, this backdrop, it's pretty special, right?
This is spectacular. It is spectacular. The home of USS New York. I mean, the ship was commissioned here in 2009. Ship is made from steel from the World Trade Center towers. Just an incredible place to be. This crew loves the city, and the city most definitely loves this crew.
Oh, yeah. Kazmarek, you guys are over in Staten Island. You got a pretty good view of Manhattan from over there, right?
Yeah, you know what? Every time I take the ferry in, I get to see the beautiful skyline. And first thing that greets me every morning is the World Trade Center. So just seeing a ship like this that took steel from that tragedy, like it's so important to have it here in New York for this Fleet Week.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And you brought up an interesting point, Corporal. You should add to your list. The ferry is an awesome way to get around the city.
Okay, definitely have to try out the ferry and get on the
Review of the
waters.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
Exactly.
one of the best views, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Best view of the city.
That's awesome. Well, not just to this great background. We got some pretty impressive sailors and Marines and Coast Guardsmen back behind us. Let's give a hand for our crew back behind us.
Yeah,
right there.
absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so we're certainly thrilled to have you all here today. It's going to be a good show. We're going to be talking with a Navy diver that's been splashing in Times Square. Kind of a unique opportunity there. Really looking forward to it. And then it's not just ships that are from the Navy that are here for Fleet Week. The Coast Guard, you guys got some boats in town as well. So we're going to get a chance to talk with the executive officer of the Calhoun to find out a little bit more about their mission set and what they're doing. And last but not least, we've got some sailors from the USS Constitution. They're a little bit different uniform.
Different uniforms, different uniforms.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to talk to them a little bit. All right, well, let's take a look at what diving in Times Square is all about.
They say New York is a city that never sleeps. But today, it dives. Right here in Times Square, where yellow taxis and LED billboards usually steal the show. It's U.S. Navy divers making a splash in the most unexpected of places. These are the Navy's best, trained to plunge into the unknown, whether it's deep seas or disaster zones. But today, they're surfacing to inspire. For the thousands passing through, it's a selfie stop. For the divers, a chance to connect face to face with the people that they serve. They could be anywhere in the world, but this week they chose 7th Avenue, diving into the heart of the city.
Thousands are walking up to the glass window to say hello, wave to a diver, challenge him to a friendly game of tic-tac-toe. But the job of a Navy diver, that requires years of training and much, much more dangerous mission sets. Let's talk to a Navy diver. We've got ND1 Joseph Norris. ND1, how are you doing today, bud?
Sir, I'm doing great this morning. It's a beautiful day out in the city.
It is. I can't imagine that you've splashed in a more unique spot than Times Square.
Arguably, no. Arguably, no. I've had a lot of deployments in my days, but this is definitely one for the books.
What's your score at tic-tac-toe? Are you winning? Are we losing? I mean, we're representing, right?
You got to understand, I don't play tic-tac-toe, sir. I'm a loser today. But no, I believe we're up for the week, though.
For the week. You know what? That's what we're looking for.
That's
it's
right.
all about
It's all about the week.
We got to get some wins. We got to get some wins. So tell me, what's that experience like there in Times Square?
It's been one of a kind. Getting in to interface with the communities, those of us, or those in the community that don't know what it is that we do, we can just show a lot of different equipment, things like that. Just tell a bunch of sea stories to the old people walking around as well. It's incredibly unique, and I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, getting a chance to talk with the people in New York, everybody that's coming through.
Yeah.
I love it. I just got to ask, how long were you in that water yesterday?
For me, I was only in for upwards of 60, maybe 90 minutes.
Okay.
Only. Okay.
Only.
Yeah, okay.
I say only because some of the other gentlemen did upwards of 2 hours.
Oh, that's
2
awesome.
hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Water temperature sitting around 55 degrees.
Yeah,
That was
little
gonna-
chilly.
It's a little rough. It's a little
That was
rough.
going to be my next question. I'm not warm right here, and I'm
Oh, no.
I'm dry.
Yeah. It's definitely cold.
Yeah. So it's Saturday. You know, we've
Yeah.
been doing this Fleet Week thing for a few days here.
Absolutely.
Have you gotten to do anything fun?
I have, actually. Wednesday night, was able to catch the Yankees game up at the stadium. Phenomenal time.
Okay.
Last night, went down into Soho, went to a Michelin star restaurant for dinner.
Yeah, that's
So, that peak.
absolutely. So that's
Thank you.
That's what I know about Navy divers right there, right? It's caloric management. You know, you
That's
work
right.
really hard.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
You earn those calories, and nothing better than to reload with Michelin star food, man.
Absolutely.
Outstanding.
Never had rabbit before, and it was phenomenal.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
That's awesome.
It seems fitting for seems fitting for a diver to
Yes, sir.
be
Thank
ready to go. Yeah, good for you, man.
Thank you.
And you survived. Your whites are still sharp. So
Dude,
like,
I'm honestly not sure how.
yeah. All right, sounds good. Well, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ND1. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you taking the time to join us. All right, all week long, we've had some amazing Navy and Marine musicians here entertaining the crowd. Let's hear it for the band. That's what I'm talking
Wow,
about, man.
fantastic.
Bringing the energy. And we got some tours going aboard the USS New York today, so the band's even getting everybody else here hyping. And even though it's a little bit cold, you know, that's what I need. I need some music to get the blood pumping.
Absolutely.
That's good stuff. All right, well, speaking of the band, when most people think of joining the military, their thoughts might be about serving on ships or driving tanks or maybe even flying planes comes to mind. Most people don't think about that being a military option or a career option. Nick Broadway recently spent some time with the USS Fleet Forces Navy musicians to see what life's like. Let's check it out.
When people in Hampton Roads talk about the sound of freedom, they usually mean a fighter jet blasting overhead. But for the Navy band, it's this. A Virginia Beach native, musician first class Matthew Aiello, joined the Navy band about 15 years ago. You got a favorite song that you play?
Ooh, favorite song. I really like that one.
Having grown up near the Navy, this step in his career made sense after graduating from the Manhattan School of Music.
And I came back home, I needed a job, and I was like, hey, the Navy has bands. I'm going to join the Navy, and that'll be good stability, and I'll get to travel the world and do what I love doing, playing the flute.
With an ability to accommodate 44 members and 2 officers, the band plays for a wide array of events, including homecomings.
When they come back from the ship, we're there with the band, we're playing music. They deserve that, you know. What they do is really hard, and it's just such an honor to support them in the Navy as a sailor.
They often travel the world to other ships and play for events like Fleet Week.
We're out there playing, we're in Times Square playing.
We just played at the International Tattoo, which was a lot of fun.
Make no mistake, they are not slouches. The band typically plays around 450 shows each year. They range from military events to other shows. Despite the workload, they still play with pep. Newcomers like Erica Lovato agree. It's a rewarding way to pursue their passion with music.
Just continuing to play great music with good musicians. It's a blessing to be able to get paid and to do what I love.
That's what it's all about, getting paid to do what you love, right?
Absolutely, it's a dream.
That is so cool. And you know what, we actually have an opportunity to meet a Navy musician. Let's talk with MU2 Michael Brand. Michael, how are you doing today, bud?
I'm great, sir. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I mean, I got to admit, I've got one musical talent, and I'm really good at it. And it's
karaoke.
It's listening. It's listening. I got nothing. But you guys are over there rocking out for us. How long you been in the band?
Oh, thank you, sir. Hey, listening is important. Don't
Somebody's got to do it, right?
That's great. I joined the Navy Band in 2016, and I started out in Navy Band Northwest outside of Seattle at the Bangor sub base, and then transferred to Newport, Rhode Island at Navy Band Northeast in 2022.
All right, tell us a little bit about the day-to-day. You guys obviously are incredibly talented. What's a practice routine like?
Practice routine varies week to week. Our schedule is always changing. It's really dynamic, as they say. But most mornings we rehearse for 2 or 3 hours, a variety of different ensembles. There's several different ensembles in every band, and each one of us has a role to play in 3 or 4 different ensembles. So
that's pretty awesome.
So, hey, Michael, on behalf of every commander who's ever had a change of command, I want to thank you and every musician in the Navy, because, you know, we always say you got to have a band at your change of command, man. We love you guys.
Sir, it's absolutely our pleasure to be there for you. It really is.
So, hey, every musician I've ever met has been the most credentialed person I've ever seen. I mean, you guys, you are so trained. You know, just even talking to some of the Fleet Forces band sailors, you know, the Manhattan School of Music. Can you talk a little bit about that, and maybe talk a little bit about the audition process of how you kind of move from band to band?
Absolutely, sir. So we come in just like everybody else in the Navy as an enlisted person, regardless of our credentials and our academics. So myself, I have a bachelor's degree in jazz studies from Texas State University, and then I have a master's degree in jazz performance from New England Conservatory in Boston. And that is pretty much the average of everybody at the band.
Incredible.
So,
Incredible.
You know, we have guys with PhDs and doctorates in music that it's just that in the Navy band specifically, there's not a job in music in the private sector that provides all the stuff that the Navy does for us, and that's why we're so happy to give back, change of command ceremonies, things like that. It's really our pleasure to be there and to play at the highest level we can for all of you.
Oh, we love you guys, man.
Well, they're doing that. They're doing that. Michael, thank you so much for your time, man. That was absolutely incredible.
My pleasure, sir.
Doing what they love and way more credentialed than I am.
Exactly.
So
it's intimidating. You listen to these guys talk about, you know, PhDs. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here shivering trying to talk for a few minutes, and these guys over there rocking out. That's incredible. All right. Well, we need to take this opportunity to get to meet some of the crowd back behind us. Let's see. First Lieutenant Hollenbeck, how's it going back there?
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. We're going to go ahead and introduce some of the finest Marines and sailors that you will find not only on the USS New York, but in the entire city of New York right now. So, thank you so much. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let me know what your name is.
Good morning, sir. I'm Lance Corporal Cortez.
And what's your name? And go ahead. Do you have anybody you want to shout to back at home?
My parents. They were both Marines, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Family tradition.
Good morning. Can you introduce yourself? Give your name.
Good morning. I'm LM1 Adrian Hill.
And where are you from?
I'm from Meridian, Mississippi, sir.
Do you have anybody back at home you want to shout out to?
Give a big shout out to my young children, Evelyn and Timothy Hill.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Right on. I know I'm looking forward to getting back to see my kiddos as well, but that's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for being here. This year, the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps turned 250 years old. That's a lot of history that's taken place over that time. Let's get an idea of how today's sailors and Marines and how much they know about that history. First Lieutenant, let's see what they know back there.
Thanks so much, AJ. So last night, AJ and I talked, and we thought 250 years of history, but we don't know which branch is better. So we came up with some history questions, and we decided in order to get final bragging rights, we're going to ask a few questions, and whether my Marines or his sailors answer more, it's going to determine who has those bragging rights. So Marines, I'm going to go ahead and ask a few questions, sailors as well. If you've got the answer, raise your hand first, and I'll go ahead and call on you. The first question is, what is the name of the tavern where the Marine Corps was founded? Ooh, that was fast, that was fast.
Quick draw.
Come on,
Sun Tavern.
Sun Tavern.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's go.
That's
All right,
a Navy legalman right there, baby.
Let's go.
Come on, Marines, come on. All right, 1 for the Navy, 0 for the Corps. Second question. In what city was the United States Navy founded? All right.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, sir.
Okay.
That is correct. That is correct.
All right,
That
we
is
go,
correct.
Devil Dogs.
Hat-like reflexes.
Be there next to celebrate the Navy Marine Corps' birthday this fall.
Hey, there we go. There we go. Bonus points. Bonus points.
Bonus. Navy bonus.
All right, we are tied.
We are tied.
1-1. Next question. What does the official motto of the United States Marine Corps, Semper Fidelis, mean? Oh, right here, fastest one.
Sir, Semper Fidelis means always faithful.
That is correct. Always faithful. All right, Marine Corps 2.
That would have been. Yeah, that had to be a Marine to do that one. That's for sure.
All right, next question. Which famous naval battle during World War II is considered the turning point in the Pacific Theater?
Battle of Midway.
Battle of Midway, that is correct.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Wasn't even done with the question. That arm was up. I'm like, let's go.
Wow.
All right, this one's a little deep. What is the name of the elite Marine unit responsible for presidential security?
Only one.
It'd be the Marine Security Battalion.
That is correct. That is correct. The Marine Corps Security Force Battalion.
All right, what's our score?
We got 3 Marine Corps, 2 Navy.
Oh.
We're beating you so far.
That's
It's
okay.
all good. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more.
All right, do one more to even it out.
Let's do it. Last one. Let's do it.
All right, United States Navy Special Operators are called SEALs, which is an acronym that stands for what?
SEAL stands for Sea, Air, and Land Teams.
That is correct.
All right, everybody.
It's a tie.
All right,
We'll have to find it later.
We'll have to battle it out in just a minute. Let's give a round of applause to everybody for being such great sports. Thank you guys so much.
That's some awesome cross-service
That
knowledge
is.
there too.
I like it. I like it. I mean, I had some other questions that were going to be a little more pop-based, like, can you sing a lyric from, Empire State of Mind?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Let's shift over to the USS Coast Guard, which has 3 ships here at America's Fleet Week in New York City. Here to tell us a little bit about the Coast Guard is the executive officer of the Calhoun, Commander George McDonnell. XO, how are you doing today, sir?
Great, thanks. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Tell us a little bit about your boat.
Oh, yeah, so she's 418 feet long, 1 LM2500 gas turbine, 2 diesel engines. Can go pretty fast, and we just wrapped up a month down in the Caribbean working for SOCOM out of South.
Love that.
Counter-narcotics.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And you guys have a unique relationship with New York. You guys have been here before, right?
We do. This is our second Fleet Week. We were over in Staten Island last year. The folks that were here last year were able to tell the folks that weren't what to go, where to go, what to do, etc. Great times.
That's the knowledge. That's that institutional knowledge. That's
Great
the most
times.
important part. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What about your crew? What's the complement?
So 142.
Okay.
142. Optimal manning.
Love that.
So, hey, XO, just a little bit of Coast Guard trivia for those of us that aren't part of the team there. So the designation of all your ships starts with a W, right?
Yes, sir.
And in your particular case, it's WMSL, I
Yes,
believe.
sir.
So could you explain what that means when somebody sees WMSL?
Yeah, absolutely. So the W came about during World War II as a distinction from naval vessels because they were white.
That's exactly right.
W. Yep.
That's fantastic. So if you see a W, that's a Coast Guard vessel.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, Kazmarek, you got
I just want to highlight, you guys are coming off a gigantic patrol. I don't know if you can talk about it, XO, but how many drugs did you guys pull?
There we go.
There we go. So in a 36-hour period, 4 go-fast vessel counter-narcotics busts.
Nice.
Nice. We offloaded 9.7 tons of cocaine in Port Everglades last week.
So essentially, you're saying you guys earned the party this weekend.
I love it.
You earned it.
And they also stopped somebody's party, which is even better.
Yeah, a few people's parties.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Exo, well, thank you so much.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate you taking some time with us. We heard about
you.
the capabilities of this band. Let's hear them jam one more time. All right.
Fantastic.
From a very popular modern song to the oldest commissioned ship afloat in the world. Joining us are sailors from the USS Constitution to talk a little bit about the ship's history and the mission. Let's meet Seaman Angel Morales. How's it going?
How's it going, sir? It's a great, fantastic Navy day today.
It is indeed. Tell us a little bit about your uniforms.
This uniform is our 1812 uniform. This is an accurate representation of what the sailors would have worn back then.
Absolutely. And you guys are stationed on board USS Constitution.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah, where's she at? Tell us about her.
Yeah.
Well, the USS Constitution is the oldest commissioned warship afloat in the world. She is currently 227 years old, and she's been victorious in 33 at-sea engagements, meaning she's never lost a battle. Her nickname is Old Ironsides. We got it on August 19th, 1812 against the HMS Guerriere in Halifax, Nova Scotia. With this, the round shots from the Guerriere hit the side of the Constitution's hull, but gracefully, quote-unquote, bounced off the side. In shock, one of the sailors witnessing this screams out, "Huzzah! Her sides are made of iron!" And that's how we got our nickname, Old Ironsides.
Old Ironsides.
Nice.
I love it. I love it. Well, you guys look sharp. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing while you've been in New York.
Well, I'm actually a local here in New York. I'm from the Bronx originally, so New York is a very good tradition of mine. So at New York, we have been going to Hamilton. We've been.
There you go.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one to go.
We also went to the Met as well. Nice. And we went to a various amount of Broadway shows.
These guys are on point. What is that you got in your hands?
So this right here is the hammock that the sailors and the enlisted personnel would have used back in the day. So each sailor had two hammocks, one for their storage and the other one was for them to actually sleep on. Altogether, back in the day, we had about 450 to 500 crew members, 50 of those members being Marines. So it would be divided in the berth deck. Where you would sleep on the hammocks, you can fit all 450 of them down there if you want to try.
That's incredible.
That's crazy.
So these guys, so you're saying these guys probably would have liked like modern day racks on board ship? Is that what you're saying?
Definitely,
They
sir.
would have loved all that space.
Yes, sir.
That's an important distinction. We need to use that more often. Next time somebody complains about getting a bottom rack, it's like, you should
Hey
see
man,
what these guys
it
have.
used to
Give
be
you a
worse.
hammock.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. You've already had a fantastic time, but try to find a way to keep it going.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Of course.
All right. Fleet Week events are taking place all across the city. Yesterday, a very special re-enlistment ceremony took place at the 9/11 Memorial. Let's take a look.
Almost 24 years ago, our nation was changed, and this location right here, Ground Zero, is the epicenter for that change. And so, with our nation being attacked and the terror that it brought to our shores, it is absolutely symbolic to have people reaffirm their oath to serving our country here at this honored spot.
Being able to be at such a memorable place and being able to do it with all these other people is just an incredible experience that once in a lifetime happens to you.
The sailors, Marines, and Coast Guardmen standing before you renew their commitment to serving their nation, each one with their own distinctive set of experiences and backgrounds. Despite the many differences, they volunteer to serve their country.
With the number of sailors and Marines and Coast Guardsmen that reaffirmed their oath today, it's really eye-watering to see people make that commitment to our nation, to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yeah, it's a meaningful place. It's a meaningful boat. We've got a lot of connections there. We've talked a lot about the service and the sacrifice. We've talked a lot about the fun that you get to have here. And we've got some commonalities in our services. But I want to talk a little bit about what it takes to be in the armed forces, what it takes to wear the cloth of the nation. Corporal, tell me, what does it take to be a Marine?
It just takes adaptability, really. To be able to go from land and then get on a boat and earn your sea legs. I mean, a lot of Marines for the last few days were a little sick in the water, and it was a little funny touch and go, but now our feet are back on the ground. We're ready to go out swinging.
Ready to go. All right, all right. Well, what about like some of your other folks? Have you got any commonalities with them?
I think we really depend on the Navy a lot to get where we got to go, and we're part of the Navy. I mean, so honoring their traditions as well.
Yeah. They are the striking arm. they are the striking arm. We get them there, and they make it happen.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Admiral, what about the Navy? What does it take to be a sailor?
What it takes to be a sailor is a desire to win, AJ. You know, man. You know, it's a desire to win. We all join for the same reason. We all join for opportunity. We all join for the opportunity, the chance to make ourselves something that we envision ourselves to be. You know, I want to be something better. I see this as an opportunity to do it. And you got to be resilient. You got to be able to deal with long separations and travel. But it takes a desire to win. I think that wraps it up.
Absolutely. That flexibility is something we all absolutely have in common, right?
Yes,
indeed.
Absolutely. We all join for the same reason. That's the common theme that runs through events like this, right? We get together, we share stories. There's a little bit of kind of competition here and there, but we're all one team, right? We're all one team. We all support each other, and we all have the same goals and objectives, and it's just wonderful to see.
It's so true. It really is. Well, guys, it is incredibly hard to believe, but that about wraps up our time here on set. We've done 4 amazing days in Fleet Week, New York. I just want to thank everybody for watching. Thank everybody for joining. Thank our audience members in the back there. Everybody behind the scenes. This doesn't happen without the production truck, the camera operators, and everybody here, the unsung heroes, if you will. And most importantly, let's hear it from the band.
America's Fleet Week, direct from New York. Sponsored by HII. Built in America, for America.